In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how easy it is to do an oil change on your Porsche 911. Now, I am using my 2026 992.2 Porsche 911 Carrera S. However, this applies to any 992 generation Carreras with the exception of the 992.2 T-Hybrid GTS, since that has a different engine. Now, it is very simple. This was my first time ever doing an oil change on a car, and it took me about 40 minutes. And if I can do it, you can do it too. And I am going to break it down to simple steps so you can follow along. And the first thing to do is drive the car. You don't want to do this cold, so drive it at least 15 to 20 minutes. Get the oil tip to at least 180 degrees so it flows out cleanly when you drain it. Step 2, once everything is warmed up, is get the car up on a rhino ramp. This was my first oil change on this car, so I wanted the extra clearance so I can actually see what I was working on. And honestly, it gives you much better visibility and easier access to the drain plug. Once the car is up on the ramp, chock both front wheels. I recommend one in the front and one behind because you don't want the car moving in either direction while you're underneath it. Now, before draining the oil, first thing you want to do is crack the oil fill cap on top just slightly, not all the way off, just loose enough to break the seal. This lets air in and helps the oil drain faster and more completely. Step 4 is to slide underneath and remove the drain plug. I recommend a proper drain pan here. Mine wasn't ideal and it made a huge mess. Other than that, the oil will flow faster first and then slow to a drip. Full drain took about 20 to 30 minutes. While the oil is draining, remove the engine cover and the right side cooling fan. This gives you a clean access to the oil filter housing. And the next step is to remove the oil filter housing, pull out the oil filter and O-ring, and then replace it with a new set. Now, step 7 is once the oil is fully drained, install the new drain plug. These are plastic, so don't go hard on them. Tighten it until you feel a click and the alignment arrows lines up. That's it. Don't over torque it. And I recommend replacing the drain plug each time since they're made out of plastic and they're very inexpensive to do so. Apply a little dab of fresh oil on the O-ring before reinstalling. This helps it seal properly and prevents tearing. All right, back to the top. Install the filter into the housing first. Press it firmly so it's fully seated. Then turn the cap on by hand. You should feel absolutely zero resistance when hand tightening. If it's fighting you, back it out and reseat it. What I like to do is put the filter into the housing first, take it out, and then try to seat it again on the cap. So that way when you reinsert it, it sits nicely on both ends. After it's hand tight, torque it to 25 Newton meters, then reinstall the cooling fan and the engine cover. Now it's time to add in the oil. For my car, the 992.2 Carrera S, the owner manual says 8.8 quarts of Porsche approved engine oil, so that's what I used. I highly recommend you read the owner's manual for your car to see how much you actually need. And what I used is the Mobil 1 ESP 0W40. That's the Porsche certified engine oil. That was my personal preference, and you can use any other oil as long as it's Porsche certified for this engine. And let me know what you guys use in the comments. After you're done, the next step is to actually drive the car for about 10 miles, then park it on a level surface. This is how you actually get a reading for it. You may need to cycle the engine, turn off the ignition, then turn it back on to get the oil level reading to display. Your target should be the middle of the range between minimum and maximum. You should not try to hit maximum or 100%. If you overfill it, you risk damaging the engine. So if it's in the middle, I recommend just leaving it as is. If it's below minimum, then start adding just half a quart and see where that gets you. Overall, I recommend driving at least 50 miles so it has time to expand and fully circulate. That way you can get a much more accurate read. That's it. That's the full process. However, there is one step that I skipped, and that is clearing the maintenance minder. In my case, I did my oil change at 600 miles, so it really didn't come up and I didn't really get the tool for it. The reason I didn't get the tool was because I am going to a Porsche dealership at 10,000 miles. That is the first service, which is usually included when you buy a new car. So I'm just going to let them clear the code when it comes up at 10,000 miles. And let me know what you guys recommend for the 992.2 generation to be able to clear those codes. But overall, that is the full process. So the parts list and tools are in the description. And drop any questions you might have in the comments and I'll answer them.